Hello, welcome back to the Craft Scraps. I am Lauren and today I'm so excited. I'm going to be upcycling one of my old mirrors and I am going to turn it into our welcome sign for our wedding reception. If you are new here, I will just run through the history really quick. Joe and I got engaged in 2019, May of 2019 on our 6-year wedding anniversary. Everything was all fun and games. I did a couple crafts to get ready. We set a date for September 5th, 2020, and we all know what happened in 2020. Didn't want to wait to get married, so we did get married on September 5th, 2020, so that is our official wedding date. But we did want to postpone our reception so we could celebrate properly with all of our friends and family, so we're going to be doing that this September on the 4th, so it'll be like our 1-year anniversary party / reception. And so I've actually done a previous craft with this mirror before. Ironically, it said worth the wait. That was like one of the first crafts I did for our wedding, but this time I wanted to change it. So it looks crazy because this is a mirror, so it's reflecting what's in front of it, and that is our AC unit that one of our friends graciously gifted to us because it is super hot during the summer. This is the mirror that we're going to be upcycling, so all you're going to need is, if you want a mirror, great, but if you're just doing like regular old vinyl, you can do that too. I am using permanent 651 vinyl that I got from Auntie Tay, and of course you can always use my code TheCraftScraps, all lowercase, for a discount. That is the project we're going to be doing today. I'm so excited with how it turned out, and I'm obsessed with the font. The font is called Flower for Rosaline. I don't know. It's flower for something, and I got it from font bundles for free. I have a whole video on how to upload fonts from font bundles if you're interested. It comes with a license and all that good stuff, so it's great, and I'm obsessed with this font. I think Auntie Tay is also going to be coming out with some SVGs with this font as well, so I'm just super excited. Okay, so I know that was a way longer intro than normal, and some people get very upset when I talk too much. So we'll get into it. As always, don't forget to like and subscribe. Hit the notification bell so you always get notified when I post a new video. And I think that's it. So let's get into it. Alright, so to start our sign, this is what I am going to be making. So it's just going to say, welcome to the anniversary of Joe and Lauren. And so to start this, I am using a amazing font that I found on font bundles, and it's called Flower for Rosaline, I'm not sure, and it's one of the kerned fonts, so it just types so nicely. So I'm going to start by making a text box by coming over here, and I'm going to start out with my welcome. And I'm going to make a second text box because I want this to be smaller. And so I'm going to type to the spelled anniversary wrong. Anniversary of. So this will be smaller. And then the last one is going to say Joe plus Lauren. So I'll move that down here. And so, like I said, I want this middle part to be smaller, so I'm going to come over here and unlock it so I can size it appropriately. All right, and then this will come right up here. And so if you look, even though this is a kerned font, you can see that these letters are not actually welded together, and some of them aren't touching exactly how I'd like them to. So I'm just going to click on this welcome font and come over here and click ungroup. So now all of the letters are individual, and the only one I really want to move is this C. So I'm just going to scoot that over. This all looks good, and then I want to ungroup this Lauren and just scoot the A a little bit further away. But other than that, it is pretty much perfect. So I'm going to weld these all individually so that I can maximize the amount of vinyl I'm going to have to use. So I'm just going to select the welcome and click weld. I'm going to select my to the anniversary of and click weld so that all of the letters are welded together. And the same thing with the Joe and Lauren. Oh my God, my computer's being so dumb. I'm going to select everything here and click weld. And so now you can see we have our 3 weld results here on the side panel. And so now basically the last thing I have to do is, I can get rid of this because I'm done. The last thing I have to do is size it. So I'll move this out of the way. To make sure I get this like proportionate, I like to come find a square over here, and I'm going to make a square the size of the mirror. So our mirror is about 9, or no, it's like, actually, it's probably about 14. There. All right, so now I'm going to click on select all of my font. I'm going to turn it white just so I can see it. And I'm going to send it to the front. And then basically I'm just going to put this on top of my square and size it. So basically I'm just going to now put it on the square and size it until it's what I want it to look like. All right, that looks pretty good there. So now I can get rid of my square because I don't actually need that. And I can come over to make it. All right, and so once we hit make it, you'll notice that we have 2 different mats here. And the reason why is because I'm going to cut out the Joe, Lauren, and welcome with the normal vinyl setting. And then for the to the anniversary of, since it's so tiny, I'm actually going to cut that out using the washi tape setting because it is more gentle when it cuts out the vinyl. So those are going to be my vinyl settings. So again, it's going to be vinyl for the big letters and washi tape setting for the small letters. And if you are using the Cricut Explorer, you'll just turn your dial to the custom setting and search for the washi setting. All right, so the vinyl I'm going to be using for my sign is this Oracle 651 permanent vinyl. I did get this from Auntie Tay, but of course you can find it in lots of other places. So I'm just going to put this on my mat. So this is going to be for the welcome and our names, and then the other small portion I'm going to cut on a separate mat because I'm going to cut that with a different setting. So I'm just measuring this out and trimming. I'm going to load my mat, and I know that I can load it because the light is blinking up here, the arrow light. So I'm going to load my mat. My settings are set to vinyl. And once my Cricut light starts blinking like it just did, we can cut. Alright, and so for the second little part, I'm going to be using just a piece of scrap of the same vinyl, but I'm doing this on a separate mat because I'm going to cut this out using the washi tape setting because it's so small and delicate. I want to make sure that it doesn't rip or tear, so I'm going to be using the washi tape setting with more pressure. Alright, so now we can unload our mat and get rid of our machine. Alright, so now I can start weeding this. So basically all that means is I'm just going to get rid of all of this excess vinyl. So I'm going to start just by picking up a corner and I'm just going to pull away the vinyl so we will be left with the word welcome. Alright, so we have the word welcome here, so now I'm just going to go in and get all of these middles out. Alright, so we have the word welcome. So now I'm going to go in and weed out this is to the anniversary of. So again, I'm going to peel up a corner, and with this one, I'm just going to make sure that I'm being super gentle because the font is so thin. But that's why the washi tape setting is such a great little hack, because it delicately cuts the words out, as opposed to vinyl where it's sometimes it can be a little too rough for something this delicate. So the washi tape setting is how I always cut like super delicate letters. So just make sure I don't rip anything. And you want to make sure the vinyl that you're peeling up, like this stuff, doesn't get stuck on any of the letters, because then it just becomes a huge mess, like it almost just did for me just a second ago. Oh, the dot of the I almost just got away from me. Sneaky, sneaky. This font is so freaking fun. I love it. Out of the woods here. The last word. So if the font is giving me a hard time, I'll just go in with my weeding tool and just kind of poke through it like this, just to get it started. And then I can also hold it from the other end. Now I'm going to go back in here and just get the middles out, just like I did with the welcome. Alright, and then finally I have the one with our names. So I'm just going to trim this a little bit just so I can save some of this. And so I'm going to do the same thing. I'm just going to peel away. Oop. Okay, like I was just saying before my vinyl rudely interrupted me, I'm just peeling away. Alright, so we have Joe and Lauren, so I'm going to go in here and again just weed out the middles, and then we can put it on our mirror. Alright, so we have all of our signs here ready to go. So this is the mirror that I'm going to be putting this on. So I'm going to do welcome to the anniversary of Joe and Lauren, and I'm hoping to do this quickly so my camera does not die. Alright, so first I'm using my masking transfer tape from Auntie Tay. It's the Expressions masking transfer tape. So I'm going to start by putting it on my welcome. Alright, and then I'm just going to flip it over and peel away the carrier sheet. Alright, so do this. Alright, so I think I'm going to place it right there. So I'm just going to get the center down first and then just work my way out. Alright, so next I'm going to do the anniversary of, and I'm going to place all of this first, and then I will peel off the transfer tape just to make sure I have it all placed where I want it before I peel anything. Alright, so same thing. Just peeling away the carrier sheet and just being careful with this delicate font. Alright, so same thing, I'm just going to work my way out. Alright, and then for my last piece, we're going to do the Joe and Lauren. Alright, and then just flipping it over and peeling away the carrier sheet. Alright, so my camera definitely died, but I've left it on here so I can show you guys the final product. So I'm just peeling off my transfer tape. Alright, so I'll just try and hold this up so you guys can see it a little bit better. Here is the final product. I know it's kind of hard to see with the reflection without getting me or the camera in the mirror, but I'm super happy with how this turned out. And so I hope you guys found this helpful and got some inspiration from it. I can't wait to use this on our big day finally. And as always, happy crafting!